back because we are always enlightening you with some of the best vehicles ever. But this video might be disappointing, as in today's video, we have the 10 worst pickup trucks that were ever made. Which are these trucks and why did they make it to our list? Number 10. 2005 Hummer H2 SUT. The Hummer was one of the most famed pickup trucks of the 21st century. It was a pickup truck that everyone wanted, and you bet people were trying everything in their power to get their hands on one. When the 2005 Hummer H2 SUT came out, you'd often spot them cruising around in famous cities like Los Angeles and New York, especially where celebrities hang out. The H2 SUT boasted a 6.0-liter V8 engine with a horsepower of 325 HP and was able to tow up to 6,700 pounds. Now, it makes sense why it was so popular. However, things took a wild turn when the number of the truck went down. The reason was quite simple. The flaws in the design led to its downfall. A large vehicle with practically no bed space and no practical use beyond its visual aspect made it not the best pickup truck to own. Here is a fun fact. Did you know that the 2005 Hummer H2 SUT was so incompetent that it was struggling to carry its weight? No wonder this is the most embarrassing truck to be an owner of. Number 9. 2001 Ford Explorer Sport Track. The 2001 Ford Explorer Sport Track was an attempt to combine the features of an SUV and a pickup truck. But because it made it to our list, it's safe to say that things didn't go according to their plan. They could not reach anywhere near the numbers they were expecting, and the truck basically crashed and burned on the market. It had a 5-speed manual rear-wheel drive and a 4.0-liter V6 with a horsepower of 205 horsepower. The vehicle was also able to tow up to 5,300 pounds. It makes you wonder, what was the reason for its downfall? The Explorer Sport Track was made to fail from its initial release, mainly because of its design. The company also received a lot of complaints regarding the mechanical aspects as well. Spark plug and radiator issues plagued the model, and on top of that, the bed space was limited. Number 8. 2007 Chevy Silverado. The Chevy Silverado is an absolute powerhouse right now, but back in the day, the 2007 Silverado was ranked as one of the least reliable trucks ever. The 2007 Chevy Silverado had some cool-sounding specs, like a 5.3-liter engine and 315 horsepower at 5,200 RPM, and was especially praised for its towing capabilities. Seems impressive, right? But reality check. This truck turned out to be a disaster. Imagine a clunky pickup with a not-so-great engine. It had problems like brakes rusting away, steering that felt like wrestling, and a tendency for the engine to give up. Sure, it could haul stuff, but fixing all its problems was like throwing money down the drain. Picture this, a battery giving up the ghost 5 times a year, the engine getting super thirsty for oil at 66,000 miles, and the stereo giving up on you at just 70,000 miles. And that's not all. Batteries giving up every 30,000 miles, paint problems, and metal parts rusting sooner than expected. So, while it could tow things, the cost of fixing all its issues made it feel like squeezing juice from a not-so-sweet lemon. Here's a fun fact for you. The 2007 Chevy Silverado has varying towing capacities depending on factors like the engine, transmission, and other specifications, and it could tow from anywhere around 4,500 to 10,500 pounds. Number 7. 1957 Ford Ranchero. The 1957 Ford Ranchero is an amazingly stylish ride and definitely worth adding to any collection. But the problem is, when looking at the fact that it is considered to be a pickup, it really doesn't fit the criteria very well. At all. The power came from a 223 cubic inch overhead valve 6-cylinder engine equipped with a Holley 1-barrel carburetor, featuring an 8.6-to-1 compression ratio and delivering 144 horsepower at 4,200 RPM. Now these features make it more appealing, but not as a pickup truck. When we look at that aspect, the vehicle has nowhere near the strength required to provide any value. Without this simple feature, it's often considered one of the worst pickups ever. But as a regular car, it's perfectly okay. Number 6. 2006 Honda Ridgeline. The 2006 Honda Ridgeline was like the Swiss Army knife of trucks. Comfy, quiet, and a breeze to drive with just the right steering wheel. It rocked a unibody frame and cleverly placed engine, coming in with a crew cab short box set up with one powertrain option. The pickup truck has a 3.5-liter V6 engine with 247 horsepower and 245 foot-pounds of torque, twinned with a 5-speed automatic transmission. But here's the catch. The pickup truck has as many downfalls as it has praises. Some owners grumbled about the transmission acting up, especially when it had to shift into fourth gear. And then there's the engine chatter. A few drivers reported the fourth cylinder packing up early, sometimes dragging its buddies down with it. There's also the hiccup with cracked piston rings causing oil leaks, misfires, and potential engine headaches. In a nutshell, the 2006 Honda Ridgeline was a mixed bag, a versatile charmer with some quirks that kept it real. A fun fact about the 2006 Honda Ridgeline is that it features an innovative in-bed trunk, a storage compartment built right into the bed of the truck. If the top 6 have already disappointed you enough, make sure you smash that like button because we are only getting worse from here. Number 5. 2005 Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra is widely regarded as the most popular pickup series from the car manufacturer. However, it's worth mentioning that they made a complete blunder with their 2005 version. The 2005 Tundra came with a 4.0-liter V6 engine with approximately 236 horsepower and 266 foot-pounds of torque. Depending on the configuration, the 2005 Tundra had a towing capacity ranging from 6,500 to 7,200 pounds. Here is a fun fact for you. The 2005 Toyota Tundra was the first full-size pickup truck to be built by a Japanese manufacturer in North America, marking a significant milestone in the history of Japanese automotive manufacturing. But this pickup is notorious for featuring one of the worst engines in modern automobile history, leading to a significantly shortened lifespan. Additionally, it faced numerous issues with its transmission, contributing to its reputation as a poorly constructed vehicle. Number 4. 1964 Ford Thames Trader. The 1964 Ford Thames Trader had a distinct appearance, but it fell short of being a true pickup truck. It's worth considering that it's from an older era, so some allowances can be made for its technology, but even back then, it didn't perform well. The 1964 Ford Thames Trader was typically equipped with a Ford 220 cubic inch 3.6-liter diesel inline 6, producing around 91 horsepower. The Thames Trader was special because it had a cool cab-over engine setup, putting the driver right above the front wheels. This smart design gave lots of space for cargo and made it easy to drive in small areas. But this was not enough for it to be considered as a good pickup truck. The truck had a relatively lower speed and limited towing capacity. The Thames Trader cab-over engine layout, which gave lots of cargo space, could make the ride less comfy for the driver because the engine was right under the cab, making more noise and vibration. Also, since it had older tech and design, it might not have been as good as newer pickup trucks in terms of how well it worked and how efficient it was. Number 3. 2004 Dodge Dakota. The 2004 Dodge Dakota offered a compelling combination of performance, versatility, and capability, making it a popular choice among truck enthusiasts and everyday drivers alike. But like every other pickup truck on this list, Dakota had its fair share of problems as well. The Dakota had a decent payload capacity capable of carrying around 1,700 pounds. When properly equipped, the 2004 Dakota could tow up to 6,500 pounds, making it suitable for towing trailers, boats, and other recreational vehicles. Not so bad for a pickup truck, right? The downsides overshadowed the benefits. Nearly 2 years after production began, multiple reports came in regarding Dakotas with brake problems, failing to stop on time or at all. Naturally, this was a huge problem and was made worse by Dodge refusing to even acknowledge it was an issue despite the growing customer complaints. Then there was the loss of oil pressure thanks to sludge buildup that also caused problems. To top it all off, the 2004 models were slammed for irregular shifting. It's a shame, as Dakotas that worked were good trucks, but constant issues gave it a bad reputation. Number 2. 2002 Subaru Baja. The 2002 Subaru Baja stands out as one of the most unusual experiments by any car manufacturer, and unfortunately, it was deemed an awful model due to several factors. With its unconventional design featuring a crossover utility vehicle with a peculiar bed, it lacked practicality, especially with its minimal trunk space, making it unsuitable for work purposes. Additionally, its weak performance and overall structure earned it a reputation as one of the worst pickups ever produced. The car manufacturer's misstep with this model resulted in an abysmal vehicle that failed to meet expectations. Its small pickup bed lacks the size and practicality of traditional truck beds, limiting its usefulness for carrying large or bulky items. In terms of performance, the Baja's engine options, while adequate for everyday driving, may feel underpowered for towing or hauling heavy loads. Additionally, its all-wheel drive system, while providing good traction in various road conditions, may not match the off-road capability of dedicated SUVs or trucks. So to make it short, it cannot be considered a good pickup truck. Number 1. 1978 Subaru Brat. In 1978, Subaru brought us the Brat, a quirky reminder that being awesome at cars doesn't always mean nailing it with trucks. Subaru, kind of obsessed with their cars, turned a sedan into a truck by slapping a flatbed on its back. With an engine capacity of 1.6 liters, 67 horsepower, and a transmission 4-speed manual, the pickup truck has nothing special going for it. It's one thing to produce a bad pickup truck, but a whole different level of disappointment when the pickup truck produced can barely be qualified as one. Surprisingly, the Brat stuck around for 16 years, which was unbelievable to say the least. And here is a fun fact. Even President Ronald Reagan had one from 1978 and kept it for 2 decades, making the car even more valuable. Well, that brings us to the end of this bumpy ride. Which pickup truck was worse in your opinion? And do you want us to make a part 2? Let us know everything in the comments down below. And while you're at it, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe so you never miss another update from our channel.